Hey, you fabulous executive women. Are you overwhelmed, stuck in a losing race between time and your daily must-dos? Are you ready to hear tips that will turn this feeling around? And the best part is that they won't eat up any of your precious time to implement. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss any of this. Welcome to Thrive with Nancy. This podcast is dedicated to you, an executive woman who has done well in your career, and yet you haven't completely figured out the secret to realizing all you intend. Let's get with it. A woman's day always, literally always, is filled with overwhelming responsibility, both in work and their personal life, leaving little or no time left over for yourself. Time is a precious commodity, and unlike any other resource, you can't save it for another day. Once it's gone, you can never reuse it. Yet, I don't see it treated with the due respect it deserves. Is that you, by any chance? Taking time for granted as you're caught in whirlwind activities, busily shifting from one project to another, always stressed, overloaded, and rushed. No surprise with a recent New York Post survey finding that the average woman wants an extra 82 minutes a day to accomplish all she would like to get done. Can you relate? I bet you're eager to hear the 3 time savers. Then listen carefully. I'm willing to bet you'll want to tag one of the 3 ideas I'm giving you right now as your next new line of attack. Ready to answer questions about yourself? Do you practice cultivating your thoughts? Amidst the chaos and stress of your work life, holding positive intentions are not easy. Falling prey to negativity restricts the breadth and depth of your career possibilities. So I gotta tell you, you need to learn early how to foster a spirit of optimism. That half-full glass view of the world. It enhances your professional evolution. Here are 2 immediate actions you can take that will change your thinking as it frees up your time. Flip your thinking switch is a big one. Ask yourself if you have developed unhelpful thought patterns which have you spiraling the drain, leaving you stuck, wasting your energy on unconstructive activities while missing positive opportunities. This reaction is a sign you're overstressed and disconnected from the thinking part of your brain due to that old fight, flight, or freeze modality. Not an appropriate response, I've got to tell you, for an on-the-rise executive. Instead, create a mantra that has you reconnecting with your cerebral cortex, responsible for, things like the higher level process of the human brain, including reasoning, thought, intelligence, and decision making, all of which is kind of crucial to accomplishing your job. What's the mantra I use? I'm happy if you want to take it on for yourself or generate one. What I say is I have more than enough time to complete everything I need to get done. And I and you should keep chanting it internally until you sense you're once again plugged into your thinking machine, the brain. And by the way, this also includes your self-talk. This area is one of the most important shifts I made. I always was a tough grader, kicking myself right and left for every minor infraction. I was much more severe on myself than I ever was on anyone else around me. That is until I started shifting my mindset. Instead of swirling forever in unhealthy whys and how stupid can you be, etc., etc., I turned my inner dialogue into, not what I intended to do, but it is what I did. Now, what do I do? Do you see how it takes you out of the spiraling down into momentum forward. It immediately stops my mind from stewing over the breach I made and gets me into healthy action again. Try it out and see how much time you gain. What's the next one? Recognize molehills instead of weaving them into mountains. It's easy to get lost in the minutia when in fact it is a minor element in the mainstream of your career. Take a deep breath. Stop losing yourself in the finicky details. Gain perspective and move forward, focused on the end result desired, one step at a time. You'll be stunned how much extra time this creates in your day as you discover the ideal environment for your brain to support you in producing results. Number 2, question. Are you able to control the landslide of interruptions you experience every day? Without question, interruptions are time wasters, sucking up huge chunks of your productivity. It's a fact that on average, you're interrupted 7 times per hour, lasting about 5 minutes per incident. Wow! We're losing approximately 4 hours a day, and yet 80%, when surveyed, assess the interruptions as having little value to no value. Does that sound like your day? No wonder you experience overwhelm. Your calendar is filled with others nibbling away at your time with modest to no return on your investment. I know you want to be productive. I know that without question. What can you, a savvy professional woman, do about this? Keep in mind, you can't eliminate all interruptions because some of them, well, it's a fact. It's your job. But there are 3 practices that will change the tenor of your day and won't add any time on your calendar. In fact, it will clear a lot of fruitless calendar drift you experience. You know, where people keep drifting into your calendar and you can't get them out. So what do I say? Well, start proactively scheduling interruptions on your calendar because you know they're coming. Block in time on your calendar for those interruptions. You'll find them less frustrating when you manage the out of control a bit. Never, ever fill your calendar 100% with commitments. When you do, you're intentionally, hear that, you're intentionally scheduling a fiercely stressful, unsatisfying day. Next, develop a talk-to file for each person you deal with regularly. Advise them to hold questions for scheduled meetings unless it's an emergency. You'll soon learn who has a handle on what is urgent and what isn't, allowing you to mentor self-sufficiency into them. And don't forget to role model this behavior yourself. No unnecessary interruptions of employees on your part, please. The third one is interruptions are often nothing more than a process failure. You'll soon recognize consistent patterns. Then it is your job to respond to them as you would any other system breakdown by fixing them. To not consider that some of your interruptions are a system problem means you're making the decision to live with it no matter how annoying it is. The third question, are you proud of your multitasking abilities? Yes, in the arena of multitasking, women own it. No surprise to you, I'm sure, particularly if this is the life-saving habit you tap into frequently. However, even though you can multitask and you're good at it, should you? The answer is no, not automatically. Sometimes it works for you, but more often than not, it doesn't. Rather than reactively responding from your natural multitasking style, be discerning, think deeper, and don't let all the urgency surrounding you suck you into a response that isn't helpful in any way to you. Instead, pause and ask yourself 2 questions. The first one is, does a task require a single focus for excellence? Whether kissing your child goodbye for the day or reviewing an important contract. And the second one, is this what I should be focusing on right now? Whether glancing at a text message or mentoring a staff member. If your answer is a legitimate no, it is time to rely and work with your awesome core gift of multitasking. Then start weaving magic by juggling what is on your plate because you can and you are good at it. But if the answer is a yes, focus. Don't even consider multitasking because you'll end up squandering time instead of expanding it. That defeats your purpose. Have you identified which of the 3 time savers you intend to incorporate into your day-to-day activities? This high-stakes time regrouping is meaningful for your future success and will stop you running ragged, the work cycle that has you exhausted all the time. There's nothing that will have you looking forward to your day more than unlocking extra time on your calendar. So what will you take on immediately from this podcast? Are you planning to realign your mindset for your thriving career? Or how about interruptions? Anything you're preparing to do differently? Or will you initiate asking yourself the all-important 2 questions before you begin multitasking endeavors? I'm confident you found value in these 3 tips. They are a career game changer when taken on. I'd appreciate you hitting the like button or subscribe to this podcast. By now, you know me, and you know I'm committed to helping executive women find a fulfilling, satisfying career, one that you look forward to going into work every single solitary day. Well, maybe not every day, but almost every day, because much of the pressure is gone. And I can't do that alone. In order to help a lot of executive women, I need you spreading the word. Will you please do that for me? Hey, did this podcast get you thinking a bit differently about your career? If you have, I would be honored if you're prepared to explore a partnering relationship with me to develop and add more executive level skills to your bag of tricks. Check out the Your Strategic Edge coaching program I offer with extras such as the $125 a month Thrive at Work Mastermind virtual program with other dynamic executive women just like you for free. Check it out at www.thrivewithnancy.com/executive/. If after exploring you're interested in learning more, you can click the link on the page to schedule a free discovery call with me. I'd love to discuss how together we could achieve all you see and hope is possible for you. Let's explore bringing all your giftedness and possibilities to life. Remember, no one ever makes it to the top or even arrives at their next career destination alone. Talk to you soon. I'm thrilled you've listened to the Thrive with Nancy podcast. My intention is to offer quick tips designed for you to apply right away, ones that will boost your career immediately. I bet you're already considering ways to implement these new ideas. Perfect. Now, if you do me a favor, pass the podcast link on to those who will benefit, your friends and coworkers. Thanks so much.